I don't know who this curly-haired girl is, but when I was doing WordPress for Ryan Christian Media, which is my business, the tagline was "Get Moving," because business owners would ask, like, "Oh, I'm not online. Well, how can I get?" Well, listen, come talk to me. $500, 2 weeks. We'll get you online. Get moving. And the same thing goes for your social networking. It's like launch now. If you want a job in 3 months, you need to start working on it now. I'll give you a second to read this. Get mad, yell, "I don't want your damn lemons." And the point to that is, I recently came across a video on YouTube, and the gentleman went to film school, and he didn't have a job. And instead of just sitting there and crying and sending out resumes that nobody would see or hear, he actually spent time doing projects. One of the projects he did got 2 million views on YouTube. It was a trailer for The Lion King. He took the footage from The Lion King, cut his own trailer, selected his own music. As of this point in time, I don't know whether or not he's employed, but he didn't just sit around saying, "I don't know what to do, and I've got these lemons, and they're sour, and I'm having sugar." Like, you give the damn lemons back. And burn down the house with the lemons. He's out there moving. So if once we're done with school, you shouldn't be sitting around at your house being like, "I wish I was a developer and I had a job." Like, get out there. Continue to go to meetups. Plan on building apps even when you're done. Even when you have a job, we need to be looking to the next thing, learning and building, right? So one of the first things we need to consider when we're getting out there and starting to network, the first is be nice. Because I found that the developer industry is full of nice people, and you can also be one of them. People aren't a means to an end, so it's not like I'm going to be nice to you because you're going to give me a job, and I'm going to take that paycheck and cash it and buy lemons and whatever. But don't just look for a connection. We need to be genuinely interested in meeting people. If you don't get out there, you won't meet new people. It's really important. Being nice is something we need to finesse, and it's fantastic. I found that. I throw that in there. But this is an industry like no other. I've never met so many nice people that actually want to tell you about their craft and welcome you into their fold, so to speak. Don't act like you're at the kiddie table. Don't lie about your experience. "I'm 35 years old and I have 35 years of experience, and I'm pretty awesome, and I've been coding since I was a baby." You don't need to do that. Don't try to pump it up. But when you're out there and people ask you what you do, don't be ashamed. You're like, "Oh, well, I go to G school and I've only been writing code for 12 weeks, and you're looking at the ceiling trying to think of what might benefit you in this conversation. Just tell them, listen, hey, I'm a student, I'm a full stack web developer, the mean stack is pretty awesome. What do you do? Be proud of it, own it. There are people that have jobs that have been coding for the same time as we have. I'm sure if the school burned down tomorrow, hope it doesn't, knock on wood, that we'd all be able to go out and get jobs in the marketplace. Don't be afraid to ask. So Kirsten, Dominic, Lance, and I went to Deloitte Digital during Startup Week, and we went to a tiny boardroom that was packed with people, and it was standing room only, so instead of standing in the back and being cramped for an hour and a half, we decided to leave. But as we walked out the door of this boardroom into the foyer, I saw a guy with a Deloitte shirt on, thinking, well, this guy probably works here. "Hey, do you work here?" "Yeah, I do." "Well, hey, can you come over here and tell us about what you do at Deloitte?" And he spent some time talking with us about the firm and what happens there. And then I said, "Hey, how about a tour?" He gave us a tour. He showed us the whole place, what they do. We made connections with these people, and that's where later on that day we ended up at the design death match, and Dominic and Lance competed against one another. We had a great time, made some awesome contacts. It was great. So don't be afraid to ask questions about the business. "Hey, show me what you do, show me some code, would you like to see my code?" That kind of thing. Also follow up. So keep business cards and make LinkedIn requests. If you go to a meetup, you can go to meetup.com afterward and use the "good to see you." I've gotten LinkedIn pieces from that. I have a stack of business cards. These are cards that I've collected from people, and on each card I wrote when I actually sent them a request on LinkedIn. I sent them a personal note. "It's great to meet you at such and such event. I really liked the sweater you were wearing." No, that's creepy. "I really liked what you told me about this technology. Hey, I'd love to connect." And people will connect with you. And it takes time to do this, but after you go to an event, build some time into your evening to actually sit down and do that. A few tips. Here's my first tip. And I also have one for the ladies. move fast because I have 30 seconds left. The first is get business cards. Get them from others. Get some made that you can hand out to others as well. Perhaps your email address is so amazingly awesome that people will remember it. After talking to 30 people, they're like, that guy's email address was sickpony.com, I loved it. But if that's not the case, get some cards. Order them, spend 20 bucks on some decent cards, and have them. Social media. I can stop it here unless you guys want to hear the rest of this. I've got a few minutes left. All right. Social media is a great way to expand. And you don't have to be on every single platform out there. If you're not on Pinterest, you don't need to start a Pinterest account. Pick a couple things. We see Twitter all the time. It seems like people that have been doing talks that don't want to share their email address. That seems to be too personal, but they'll share their Twitter handle. So get on there, follow them on their Twitter account, but pick a platform or two. It's Twitter, Facebook, whatever it is, and spend some time each day. Review what people are doing on there. Make a comment, retweet something with a cool comment, and at least try to tweet once a day or put a message out on the platform of your choice once a day. And again, it doesn't have to take 5 hours a day, and you don't have to respond to everything immediately as soon as it comes, but take 20 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the evening and just check your social media and try to engage that way. These are my results so far, and I was able to go from 30 connections on LinkedIn before we started to 118, and just by doing these things of going out, talking to people, sending them a request, building a relationship, and then also trying to continue a conversation with those people. I've also gone from, I know it's a small number, but from 4 followers on Twitter up to 17. This was a huge piece of that. I would love to work for Quick Left, and Drizzly Co is pretty awesome, and I'm getting to know Favor Denver, but they had a table with a bunch of props at Startup Week, and instead of just being like, that's stupid, how corny is that? I actually, put on the hat, and I asked Pete to wear the horse mask, but, he's like, I'm good. But one of the people that works for one of the companies, she was like, I'm game, and so we took this picture, got a retweet on this from Quick Left and Drizzly, and what was cool is that the next day when we met a rep from Drizzly, I met Tristan and was like, hey, did you see this tweet? He's like, yeah, that was awesome. And we had a connection already because we're out there having fun in this digital space that we have to share. I've also gotten an invite to write some blogs for Course Report. Course Report is a boot camp platform. If you ever want to know about other technical schools, Course Report is a great way to go. But it was because I went up and talked to Liz about what I'm doing, and she's one of the head people there, and so that was pretty awesome. 2 employers actually asked for information about me from Michael. They still won't tell me who they are because I guess it's private, proprietary, but that's pretty cool. And I didn't go out there saying, listen, I would really love a job, and if you could please, I was just being natural. People just want to know where you are, and people are hiring. They need technicians. Another point is that networking is not a destination. This isn't the end-all, be-all, do-all. You can have 500 LinkedIn connections and no job. So this isn't like, hey, if you start doing this, you're going to have a job, you're going to be popular, everybody will love you, your pockets are lined with money, and you can help orphans and all of those things. It's that it enables you to be part of the community to make your experience richer. So hopefully, when you go to that job interview, they say, hey, I know you from LinkedIn or from this request, or you have some authority in your portfolio because I've seen the way that you write a blog post and throw it up on LinkedIn. And when you have a couple hundred connections and you put something on there, people are going to see your name. They're going to see you talking about your craft. They're going to see that you're interested in your field of work. So work hard, write code, get out there. Don't be afraid to post stuff online. Once you're done with this project on Monday, I dare you put it on GitHub and then actually get it live somewhere. Post some photos on your GitHub, make it a fully interactive thing so that people can look at that and see it. Put it on your LinkedIn. Show people, I did this project, it's awesome. People want to see that. And employers are going to start watching you. They want to see that you're actually building and creating and writing. So that's all I've got. Any questions?